Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Tuesday, May 6, 2025. And Tuesday is Mars's day, and Mars is in fiery, fixed Leo. Now, I think that today is going to feel pretty intense, and we are needing to go back in time, back to March 21st for a particular aspect. So ask yourselves, what was going on in mid March around relationships? But I'll get there in a second. So early in the morning, we have some sesqui-squares and semi-squares by the moon to both Mercury and Mars. These are kind of frustrating words, maybe even frustrating dreams. And then also that there's something forming in how we want to fulfill our desires, something that we want to get done. The thing that is nice about that semi-sextile from the moon in Virgo to Mars in Leo is that they both really want to go and do and get things done. Now, it's not completely formed, it's not completely emerged, but like there's some new ideas about how it wants to go forward. 5:29 a.m. We have the Sun in Taurus semi-square Neptune in Aries. The Sun in Taurus is like, hey, I like my goal here is to like be really stable, really secure. Like these are my things. This is what I'm doing. I'm in the field. I'm chewing my hay. I'm a cow. Just chill. Neptune is in Aries is like, I am going to adventure. I need to adventure. And the Sun is really like, I don't really know if I want to be doing all of that. So there is something here about needing to make some sort of sudden, slight adjustment that brings a sense of security into the dreams that we're trying to fulfill. Minor though, but it is going to hold, that energy is going to hold for the day, certainly, and even into the next day. 6:52 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Moon sesqui-squares Chiron in Aries. This is emotional pain, right? This is such a deep sense of like turning in on itself, almost like this self-criticism that causes like deep psychological pain or wounding. And certainly because later on the day, we do have that exact aspect of Mercury conjuncting Chiron and Aries, there is something here around the words that we said or the conversations that we had have been really, really sensitive, wounding, unless we were very, very careful, probably hurt ourselves or somebody else. And there is a need to kind of step into the wisdom of what that wound offers for us to help ourselves, really. It's a weird little aspect. At 2:33 p.m., Venus in Aries will sextile retrograde Pluto in Aquarius. Now, this is the aspect that I'm talking about that goes back to March 21st. This is when Venus was retrograde and sextiling a forward-moving Pluto. So there should be something here that kind of rhymes, right? It's like back when Venus was retrograde, she was reevaluating maybe the ways that she wanted to go and do her own thing. But now, because she went back to Pisces, now she's forward moving. She's like, I know how I need to go and do my own thing. And Pluto's like, but like there's some deeper fundamental changes I need to revisit here. But this aspect, because Venus and Pluto are talking to each other, I mean, they're friendly. It's a friendly aspect. It's asking for some sort of deep psychological fundamental change to our value system, to how we love, to how we show up in relationship with ourselves specifically. And thus, that means how we also operate in larger society as well. This can be some stuff around money, certainly around value, beauty, how we like to love, how we engage with that, how we engage in care, right, for ourselves. So there's something here that's changing on a deep, like almost like molecular level. And yeah, yeah. So think back to what you were reevaluating back in March, and hopefully something will stick again here uh, with this aspect. At 6:38 p.m., we have that moon trine the sun. So this is when there's some sort of alignment, a grounding alignment, especially with the moon being in Virgo and the sun being in Taurus. This is some sort of grounding where we can kind of like be resolute about being in our bodies after we've had this day, right? We have been feeling really sensitive, probably a bit frustrated. We've had to reevaluate some of our dreams. Maybe we've had to make some adjustments around how we love. But now that's gelling, right? That's gelling emotionally and spiritually, creatively. That's gelling. It's a nice trine. And then we end the day with a moon by quintile Mercury in Aries. This is being able to just like innately talk about it. Easy. The ideas around what we're feeling flow. We're able to have those conversations without a second thought. We're not having to do all of this like deep processing. It's just inherent. So I like the end of the day. Early in the day, a little bit cranky. And that's Tuesday, May 6th. Take care.